What's good, YouTube? It's Senna Sage back in this joint. We finna be watching the ending of KUMA Backstory Was a Tragedy by Super Dense. And I just reacted to some of his stuff last night, and I might react to some more of CJ the Champ. But without further ado, let's just hop straight into this joint.
See, the rain is nice, but gee, I really don't like getting wet. What in the world? No, I went under the awning. It's still raining. Why is it still raining? I did what I was supposed to. That's not fair.
That shit was sad as hell.
We have finally reached the climax of KUMA Backstory, and I'm not gonna lie, this ride wasn't a good one because he had more bad things happening to him than any good would ever have. And the fact that he went through all of this just to not have a good ending makes this even worse. But that's enough yip yapping from me. Let's dive straight into it.
I'm surprised with the will that KUMA had. Why does he not have D in his name?
Episode begins basically.
I mean, he dead has the will of a king. I mean, he was dead a king, bro. Like, it would make total sense.
With Bonnie asking who is Nika, and KUMA tells her that is his hero. And KUMA also tells her this how you know when Nika coming through, and he started doing a little dance. After that, we cut to 2 years ago, and we see Bonnie trying to put her lipstick on. But as she was doing that, her crewmates was calling her by her real name instead of calling her captain. She didn't like that, so she started yelling at them. But really, they were just trying to get her attention and tell her that KUMA is on his island. So once she heard that, she wasn't playing no game. She went immediately on the island. But she had to be careful because the Navy was there. So her and her crew made landfall and they started charging towards the Marines. Bonnie wasted absolutely no time dashing full speed ahead towards them. She hops up,
Just wanted straight smoke, bro. She was not scared of nothing.
in the air and does the Nika pose. I'm not gonna lie, it was clean. Then immediately after, she knocked the age out of them, turning them into a little kid and an old man.
What the dog doing?
Once she did that, they started asking around, did they see a big giant dude?
Bro, how did they not see him?
Civilians tells them where they last seen him, but the whole time my boy KUMA was just chilling right here watching him. He was saying in his head, we must not meet Bonnie, please understand, as he just vanished. Bonnie and her crew ends up leaving the island, and she was pissed because she was mad that she couldn't find her dad. She was like, why wasn't he there? Gilgil, or however you say his name, was like, since we're pirates now, we could take all our time looking for him. That's gonna be easier said than done, because trying to find somebody that can legit pretty much teleport themselves off the island, I don't know. But anyway, Bunny tells them she's going
Motherfucker's gonna be like trying to find a Scooby-Doo villain, bro. Gonna be an endless chase.
to go find Nika too, because if she find Nika, she know that her dad would be very happy if she break the news to him. Meanwhile, in the East Blue, my boy Luffy used his battle axe like he said he was gonna do, taking out Arlong and his crew like it wasn't nothing. I'm not gonna lie, looking back at it, Arlong and his crew was fodder. Hachin
That is real, bro. I feel like it's because of the power dilution, or diluting, bro. Like the power scaling and everything, that stuff's diluted over time. Like, or I guess backwards, yeah. Old power scaling diluted, I mean. Like, if you think about Mihawk from whenever the, like, series had just started and everything, and he was just now fighting Zoro, and then you look at him fighting now, like, yeah, he was holding back then, but I mean, that just goes to show that some of them people were either stronger than we think or they're weaker than we think, just because of how the dynamic does not balance after so long.
got beat by Zoro.
Like, think about it, bro. We went from like the highest berry bounty being 300 million to being billions, bro. Like, that should put that shit into perspective enough as is.
That was already injured. Fish Karate Dude had his chance to defeat Sanji inside his own domain, the water, but he folded. Dude with the long ass mouth got his shit whacked by Usopp with a hammer. And last but not least, Luffy was playing with Arlong the whole time until he got serious. But with that being said, after Luffy defeated Arlong, he got a 30 million bounty on his head. This how you know Luffy didn't give a fuck, because this man talking about something, yay, I got a bounty on my head. Bro, what? Why are you excited that you got a bounty on your head, bro? And don't think I don't see how y'all did my boy Usopp. Took the melanin right away from this man. Just
Good lord, even Luffy's tanner than him. Him and Nami are like almost a close match in skin tone. What in the hell did they do that?
Scripted.
Like, bro, there's no sense in that, bro. Like, it's not like they ran out of colors or nothing. It's digital. That's wild, bro.
Wait, that's because the dragon telling Sabo that he's gonna go to Rogue Town. Ain't it supposed to be Log Town though? Why it changed it now? But yeah, people.
I don't know why they did that, actually. I think it's just a translation error.
People was clowning Dragon because they were saying he only went because Smoker was there. Other than that, he went. Why y'all trying my boy? Ace was bragging to Jinbei that Luffy is his brother that defeated Arlong. And what makes this crazy is because Jinbei was kind of close to Arlong. Maybe not like in like a real close way, but they was still kind of like brothers for real. They was on the same crew. That's we cut to Kuma looking at both Luffy and Bunny.
That is crazy to think about, bro. Like, those fishermen just went down the whole wrong path, and Jinbei was able to get out that shit. That's just wild to me. But let me move my mic real quick.
On a poster saying that Dragon, ain't this crazy? Both of our children became pirates. Now looking back at it, it made sense that both Luffy and Bunny was gonna connect eventually because both of their dads know each other. Next up, we got Bunny giving the iron code of conducts for pirates to her crew. She tells them, plunder what you wish. Then her little self say, only from bad guys. Don't help people. Then her little self say, avoid it if you can. Also,
I can't imagine how that would be, bro. Like, the age fruit or whatever it's called, bro. That would suck ass. Like, just to even wield, bro. That's sad.
She put this little ring on her cheek so her dad can notice her. Not only that, she gonna make herself so famous that her dad have no choice but to notice her. We head back to Egghead.
That's even more sad, bro. She thinking it's just because that dude don't even want to meet her and nothing like that. But it ain't even like that, bro. This motherfucker KUMA was just going through trials and tribulations.
And Vegapunk was telling KUMA that his clones and his modifications was going very smoothly. Also, Vegapunk asked KUMA did he hear about the kid that declared war against the world government. KUMA tells Vegapunk that that's Dragon's son. Vegapunk was shocked by that. KUMA also tells him, coincidence or not, he also defies the government with his rubber powers, just like his hero, Nika. Meaning that KUMA sees Nika inside of Luffy. We cut to Luffy defeating Mordia. And right after that, KUMA gets the order to annihilate the Straw Hats, but he was willing to let them go as long as they give him Luffy head. But we all know they wasn't going for that, leading KUMA to send a massive shockwave towards their way, completely wiping them out. But there was one person on the crew that's
I remember this scene, bro. Nothing happened, bro.
On business, and that's my goat, Zoro. He was like, take my head instead if you want a head, because after all, Luffy is the one that's going to be king of all Riz. So KUMA was like, alright, bet. If you want to take his place, take all of his pain and suffering onto yourself. And as KUMA was watching Zoro go through this, he said in his head, this would even knock me unconscious. So the fact that Zoro was willing to do all of this for his captain, no, his friend, proves to you how loyal he really is. Even KUMA himself said he has good companions. I should have expected no less from your son, Dragon. Later we soon see KUMA getting ready to make.
That's the thing, bro. It wasn't even just the high stakes that Zoro could get hurt or like knocked unconscious or something. It was the fact that he could have died from that, bro. Like, did you see the state that left him in? I mean, I know nothing happened, but good lord, something happened to his body.
Landfall on Sabaody, but he gets this call saying that he has to attend to Ace's execution, and they tell him it will be war with the Whitebeard pirates. He just tells them he'll be there. We then next see Bunny being a whole glutton, just eating everything up, while KUMA looking through the window because he was like, this the last time I'm gonna be able to see Bunny. Everybody over here looking at this man weird. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the same way because look, but in the mix of
that is kind of creepy, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Of him doing that, news spread that a celestial dragon just got.
That is just crazy, bro. Hold on, freeze.
Look, but in the mix of him doing that new.
That is just insane, bro. They dead got the human auction house in that joint. Somebody pray for them.
News spread that a celestial dragon just got clocked in the face. KUMA went to go check it out immediately to see who it was. He was like, whoever this is gotta be crazy, bro. And it's close to the Navy headquarters. At this point, bro just doesn't care about his life. So KUMA went to go check to see who it was, and he couldn't believe his eyes. It was the Straw Hats yet again. And what made this even more crazy is because he was saving a fishman and a mermaid. KUMA said to himself, this is probably an act of treason, but no no one has ever managed to pull this off in centuries. Right after that, we cut to the time when KUMA made everybody in the Straw Hat vanish. And as KUMA was making all of the Straw Hats vanish, he said to himself, Dragon and Ivankov, forgive me for disappearing without saying a word. As a mark of my existence, I'll leave quietly behind Bonnie and this boy's future, which he's referring to Luffy. And as Luffy crying on the ground saying he couldn't save any of his friends, KUMA says to himself, this is not true, but this is how tough the new world will be. You guys are not ready for it. Don't come yet, because you will someday save the world. So yeah, as we all know, KUMA did all of that just to prepare Luffy and them for the new world because he knew they wasn't ready for it yet. W KUMA, bro. Lastly, we cut back to Egghead and we hear Vegapunk saying, "Stop the Skrux switch. How much do you fear KUMA?" He was saying that to Saturn, bitch ass. Saturn talking about some U-turn.
Man, fuck Saturn, bro. Absolutely, bro. Fuck him and the girls say.
Turn him into a deadly weapon. Vegapunk basically tells him that you people are at the top of the world. Why does that really matter? Saturn scary ass talking about some, but what if he go berserk when we out of command range? Who will stop him and how? Vegapunk tells him in exchange for installing that into him, let him keep a bit of free will. I invented a brain circuit that toggle between personalities. But Saturn was not going for it.
What made him think that Saturn was gonna be alright with that, bro? He wants a robotic warrior that'll do his bidding, bro. He does not want somebody who got emotions and nothing like that. Emotions, memories, like none of that, bro.
He was like, I already gave you my orders. He ain't getting no free will. I'm a scientist myself. You cannot trick me. So you do all of the work then, bitch. Since you're a scientist. All he do is just sit around, drink tea or coffee all damn day. Vegapunk.
Man, what the fuck he even done for science, bro? I ain't seen nothing Saturn done for science. Not nothing important, bro. Nothing good.
Tried showing his concern for both Bunny and KUMA, but he just hung up on him. After that, Vegapunk walks in the room and KUMA tells him that he appreciate the sentiment. Vegapunk was surprised that he heard it, but KUMA tells him, who you think was the one that gave me super hearing? But besides all of that, today is the day that KUMA loses his free will. Vegapunk tells him, we only knew each other for 2 years, but we had a lot of fun. KUMA agrees. Vegapunk tells KUMA his first mission would be fighting against the Whitebeard pirates. KUMA asks Vegapunk to program him a mission to protect the Straw Hat ship. He said until one of their crew comes, he want to protect their home. I would not be able to see their growth anymore, but, and right before he was about to finish his sentence, Vegapunk stops him and asks him what is he expecting from this kid. KUMA simply says his action moved his soul. Nika is merely a legend, but I told Bonnie, there's a warrior who will make everyone smile moving with the rhythm of liberation. If there is a hero who would change this world drastically, I believe it'll be him. A
he dead right, bro.
Revolutionary betting on a pirate, you have chosen quite a dark horse. After that, KUMA gives Vegapunk a copy of his memories, and as he was getting ready to lose his free will, he looks at it and says, so this is my life, and asks himself how many people have I troubled as he relived his life one last time.
Damn.
Follow me, I'm standing on the border of everything.
What is this music?
Listen close, can you hear the spirits sing lost messages of long ago?
Dragon Ball MOV at animation, bro. Looking ass edit. Sounding ass edit. I ain't gonna lie, this kind of fire though. Let him cook.
I'm here, reaching for
fucking peak. I was trolling at the beginning, but good lord, that was actually fire as fuck. I ain't never seen no editing like that from Super Dense. Hell yeah. Damn.
This touched the soul. It had me crying, bro. Like, I had tears
That fucking edit touched the soul. Fuck the scene, bro. That was fire.
coming out my eyes. Look how soulless this man became. So sad, man. And this right here was the memory that Bonnie seen when she touched it. Now we know why she was crying the way how she was crying. This shit's so sad, bro. But yeah, that's the end of KUMA backstory, and that's gonna be the end of this video as well. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I would say let me know y'all thoughts on this episode, but I already know y'all all feeling sad right now, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, if you not sad from watching this episode, bro, then I don't know. Also, I want to say I really do appreciate you guys for sticking through on the ride of me covering this whole KUMA backstory. It really does mean a lot. I love reading the comments and seeing what y'all think about KUMA backstory and all of that stuff. Pretty much we all felt the same way. But don't worry, out of all of this sadness, peak is coming through soon as we are heading back to the present time. But until then, make sure y'all follow my IG because I do let y'all know when I'm dropping a video and stuff like that. And sometimes YouTube be tripping. For some reason, they don't be giving y'all the notifications. So Instagram is a good way for y'all, you know, to like know when I'm dropping. Also, if you want to join my Discord, you can.
Alright, y'all can do all that if you feel like doing it. But bro, that was a W-ass video as always from Super Dense, and it was depressing as hell. I ain't gonna lie, we gonna have to watch some upbeat after that. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in, bro. Consider liking and subscribing to me and Super Dense. If you ever feel like watching some long form content, I'll be streaming. That's how I'll be recording these, so you can join the stream, take part in the video, whatever you're trying to do, bro. But anyways, I appreciate y'all for tapping in once again, and that's been Sage, y'all.